Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Hyun from Hanoi. Now let's take a look at our headlines as usual.
President meets Ukraine and Canadian ambassadors. Vietnam and UK strive to lift trade and investment relations. And later on, Vietnam climbs 8 places in Global Tourism Development Index.
President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc received Canadian and Ukrainian ambassadors who came to present their credentials in Hanoi on May 26th. Meeting Ukrainian Ambassador Alexander Gaman, President Phúc thanked Ukraine for its assistance in ensuring safety for Vietnamese citizens in Ukraine. He informed the ambassador of Vietnam's decision to provide $500,000 in support for the people of Ukraine through the Red Cross Society and the United Nations, and is ready to cooperate in the reconstruction of Ukraine in the future. The diplomat said that in the time to come, he will spend more time visiting localities in Vietnam to promote relations between the two countries. He suggested the two countries further boost trade as well as investment cooperation. Meeting with Ambassador of Canada, Sean Perry-Steele, President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc suggested that the ambassador work closely with Vietnamese ministries and branches to promote cooperation in priority areas such as post-pandemic economic recovery and growth. The Canadian ambassador said Vietnam and Canada have closely cooperated not only in the economic field, but also in education, national security and defense, and combating climate change. He affirmed during his term, he will make greater effort to further enhance ties between the two countries. On May 26th, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính hosted a reception for Professor Stewart Cole, President of Paris Pasteur Institute, who is on a working visit to Vietnam.
At the meeting, Prime Minister Chính said healthcare is one of the bright spots helping promote the strategic partnership between Vietnam and France. He said Vietnam attaches importance to medical cooperation with France in general and with the Pasteur Institute in particular, contributing to making the relationship between two sides more effective. The Vietnamese government leader thanked the Pasteur Institute for its valuable support to Vietnam Pasteur Institute during the past time, especially its aid for improving SARS-CoV-2 research, surveillance and testing capacity. Professor Stewart Cole said his institute is willing to strengthen 15 years of WTO membership. Vietnam has gained in socio-economic development, successfully implemented sustainable development goals, and become one of the world's largest commodity economies in 2021. He affirmed Vietnam treasures the trade body's central role in promoting an open, transparent, rules-based multilateral trading system and hopes the WTO continues upholding its coordinating role to boost the global trade in an inclusive and equal manner, thus contributing to economic recovery and growth. For his part, Trump welcomed Vietnam's active engagement in and contributions to global economic growth. He said he hoped Vietnam would maintain its contributions to discussions at the 12th WTO Ministerial Conference in June to achieve concrete results, especially in the area of fisheries and agricultural subsidies. Also on the day, Deputy Minister Khai visited the permanent delegation of Vietnam to the United Nations, the WTO, and other international organizations in Geneva.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs hosted a press conference on May 26th. We have details in the following report.
Spokeswoman of the Foreign Ministry Lê Thị Thu Hằng said Vietnam has paid due attention to improving its investment environment and creating conditions for foreign enterprises to do long-term business in the country. She said to boost production, business and economic recovery after the COVID-19 pandemic, the Vietnamese government has adopted various solutions to streamline administrative procedures and improve the investment environment, contributing to building confidence among foreign firms and attracting investment. Hằng added, Vietnam will continue its focus on measures to increase productivity in the production and business sector, consolidate and improve the quality of infrastructure, and develop high-quality human resources.
Vietnamese Ambassador Hoàng Giang underscored the critical importance of protecting civilians in armed conflicts while addressing an annual open debate on the issue held by the UN Security Council on May 25th. In his remarks, Giang, who is permanent representative of Vietnam to the UN, pointed out the fact that the international community is facing major challenges to civilian protection, such as wars, and large-scale conflicts in many places, and the complex COVID-19 situation, especially in conflict-hit areas. As such, he said, the most important thing now is to pay due attention to protecting civilians in conflicts, promoting the parties involved in conflicts to comply with the UN Charter, international law, and international humanitarian law. Vietnam thoroughly understands war consequences and sympathizes with armed conflict losses and aftermath suffered by civilians. The ambassador noted, adding they will keep contributing to common international efforts to protect civilians in conflicts. Deputy Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development Phùng Đức Tiến said Vietnam wants to see more investment from the UK in high-tech agriculture, from cultivation to processing, preservation, and distribution of farm produce and foods.
Deputy Minister Tiến made the statement when delivering an opening remarks at the Vietnam-UK Business Forum held by the Ministry of Industry and Trade and the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development in collaboration of the UK Department of International Trade in London on May 25th. The forum discussed prospects for trade and investment between the two countries and the process in agriculture, education, renewable energy and others.
The UK remains a major and trusted partner of Vietnam and its agriculture industry. Agricultural cooperation between the two nations has made significant progress over recent years.
Minister of State at the UK Department of International Trade Penny Mordaunt said Vietnam is the most dynamic market in Indo-Pacific and the Vietnam-UK relations are growing strong. She further emphasized that Vietnam and the UK hold massive potential in trade and the two sides should cooperate to fully unleash it. The Vietnam-UK trade reached $6.6 billion last year, up 17.2% from 2020.
The Ministry of Health has asked leaders of provinces and centrally run cities to step up vaccination against COVID-19.
According to the ministry, some localities have recently postponed not receiving vaccines or transferred the allocated vaccines, leading to the fact that COVID-19 vaccination target is likely to be missed. In a recent statement, it stressed that any locality which don't receive enough vaccines for the third and fourth shots or let the pandemic occur will bear responsibilities before the government and the Prime Minister. The number of vaccines received by the ministry is enough to give the third and fourth shots, it said, requesting localities to set up plans and organize the inoculations of third shots for eligible people. As of May 21st, more than 290 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered nationwide. Localities have made great efforts in rolling out vaccination campaigns to ensure its safety and effectiveness and achieve a high vaccination rate.
Shellfish exports in the first 5 months of the year could bring about $1.1 million to Vietnam, up 97% compared to the same time last year, the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers said.
In addition to traditional markets, Vietnamese shellfish exporters are actively seeking new destinations for their products. Mexico, Egypt, and Thailand are among the most potential markets, Vasep said. Thanks to the recovery from the world market, demand for shellfish products is on the rise, the association said, adding that this will create more opportunities for Vietnamese exporters. Experts and businesses believe that Vietnam's shellfish exports will boom in the near future, especially when the COVID-19 pandemic is brought under control in many countries.
Vietnam's e-commerce sector is estimated to have grown by more than 20% to $60 million in 2021, according to the Vietnam E-commerce Association. In its e-commerce index 2022 report released recently, Vietcom said Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi continued to lead the country last year in terms of e-commerce, despite the being subject to the heaviest lockdowns to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The emergence and development of shopping support platforms in the community will strongly promote online retail in the time to come, boosting the customer experience and creating jobs around the country, the report said. However, the rapid development of e-commerce in Vietnam depends greatly on the ability to attract investment capital to platforms in the online business ecosystem, as well as high-quality human resources. The report also forecast that growth this year may be the highest, yet thanks to control being exerted over COVID-19 and growth drivers from a second wave of development.